Welcome, folks. This is Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley. We're still in our living rooms because it's still raining. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And today we're going to be talking about Ilhan Omar's Somali First contents. So, did you hear about Ron DeSantis going after Omar?
I did, and
Yeah.
I think he's got some good reasons behind that. She's this lady, again, like we talked in the past. These people are doing this stuff right out in the open. They don't care anymore. She's out there talking it up, pledging her allegiance to Somalia, and I think he's got a good case here. She should not be serving in a body of government in the United States, and I mean she's a piece of work. That's all I got to say.
Governor DeSantis is calling for expulsion from Congress, her denaturalization, and deportation. So let's give a little background on Congress birthing person Omar. She spent 4 years at a Kenyan refugee camp during Somalia's civil war. Then in 1995, immigrated to the United States, not across the southern border. She did it legally through the port of entry.
Yeah, and you know what? Good for her and her family for being able to do that. And I totally understand why she would have left her country. It's a heap, unfortunately. You know, it's run by warlords basically, and I would want to get out of there as well. And the fact that she migrated here through the channel,
American dream, the American dream.
No, I don't hold that against anybody. So I think it's a great thing.
But she had some
when you come here, you need to assimilate, right? That's
add to the collective and make us greater. Yeah.
Right, part of the fabric of our United States.
So she had some comments to her constituents, and they were mostly Somalis, and she was speaking in her native language, the Somali language, that she would use her influence to ensure a breakaway Republic of Somaliland would not enter a sea access deal with Ethiopia, like she can prevent Ethiopia from doing that.
Right.
And I think she wants to keep that sea access for the Somali pirates, right?
Well, yeah, and they're wreaking havoc. So,
yeah, but they need to have sea access.
Yeah, I like the fact that our U.S. Navy and a few of the other countries in the world with a Navy have been wreaking havoc on them as well. So,
yeah, so she thought that by speaking in her native tongue that it wouldn't get out. But there's people who can translate, people that maybe don't like her. She said, quote, "The U.S. is a country where one of your daughters is in Congress to represent your interests. For as long as I am in the U.S. Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. Sleep in comfort, knowing I am here to protect the interests of Somalia from inside the U.S. system," end quote.
You know, it sounds to me like she needs to move back to Somalia and run for government and try to establish a government there that's similar or like our government is supposed to be run here.
Yeah, but there's just one thing with that. They don't let women do that in her country.
You know, that's a tough thing. So
yeah, that's a tough thing. Yeah.
You call her a woman?
Birthing person. No, birthing person.
You better watch that.
Yeah, well, that's politically correct, right?
Yeah.
I did not call her a woman or congresswoman.
Right.
I called her a birthing person. Okay.
Right.
So speaking of those pirates, wasn't there a movie about that captain of that shipping vessel taken prisoner?
Yeah, Captain. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the outcome was great, but the storyline.
Well, not for the pirates.
Yeah. They overtook this ship, and then they ended up taking him hostage on a little. I guess it'd be like a lifeboat. It's pretty
lifeboat. Yeah.
Extravagant lifeboat, but yeah, it almost looked like the front end of a motorhome or something. But yeah, it was quite a movie. I have seen that movie, and that movie is what 13, 14 years old now.
Yeah, and just commenting from a combat experience, I'm retired Army. The SEAL snipers took them out simultaneously. Now, keep in mind the Navy ship is rolling with the waves.
Right.
The the dinghy is really rolling with the waves,
Right.
and all 3 SEALs got their shots simultaneously and killed their targets. If that's not skill, I don't know what is.
Well, that's why the SEALs are who they are, because they most of the time, with the exception of a couple of issues, they usually act in perfection, and it was amazing. That scene in that movie, I don't want to blow it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but that scene in that movie was amazing. But unfortunately, it was a choice that those guys made.
Yeah.
Didn't have to put that ship. They didn't have to take him hostage.
The life of a pirate,
Yeah, but I believe one of the pirates actually made it on board of the Navy vessel and was, I don't know if he was tried or if he was turned back over to Somalia, but he didn't have the outcome that his compadres did. So
yeah, he was the lucky one.
yeah, they assumed room temperature. So
I'm going to kind of unpack this here, because he called for denaturalization and deportation. So checking on the internet, it must be true, right? Denaturalization is the revocation of United States citizenship of a naturalized immigrant by the U.S. government. This can only occur by a judicial order, either through civil proceedings or a criminal conviction for naturalization fraud. The case is referred to the DOJ when there is sufficient evidence. Yeah, it's going to the DOJ.
yeah, the DOJ is not going to do squat about it. So unfortunately, and that's a shame. That's a shame because
an individual whose citizenship is revoked returns to the immigration status they had prior to becoming a U.S. citizen. The individual may face deportation if she does not have lawful immigration status after they're denaturalized.
Well, gee, would that qualify her to not be, or disqualify her to be a congresswoman or person or birthing person or whatever we're calling her?
Right. I think she'll remain a birthing person, but she wouldn't remain a citizen. Probably have to be expelled from Congress too.
Expelled from Congress, yeah.
So there's only 2 instances where you can get a referral: illegal procurement of naturalization, or the procurement of naturalization by concealing a material fact or by willful misrepresentations. So I don't think, honestly, I've looked at this and I don't think that can apply to Congress birthing person Omar, because I couldn't find any facts that she misstated or misrepresented her citizenship. But her brother.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird deal. I don't know if any
Weird.
about that. She married her brother.
Allegedly.
Well, I guess. I mean, I thought they had records of that. And
we don't want to slander a case against the Scott. So allegedly.
So that she allegedly married, and then I guess you'd have to say she allegedly divorced him about 8 years later.
Yeah. So it was reported.
How many people would like to say they got allegedly divorced? Well, sorry. So
maybe the unrequited one would like to say that, but the person wanting to move on wouldn't say that. Okay, So it was reported that the marriage was for fraudulent purposes. It's so bizarre that it's unbelievable. So these 2 reporters, Priya Shyam-Sundar and David Steinberg, reported that the marriage certificate is signed by a Christian minister for a Muslim wedding.
Kind of odd.
That is kind of odd.
Yeah. Huh. That might upset
the mullahs.
Yeah. Allah. Yeah, that might do that. And again, rightfully so. I mean, if I were of that faith, why would a Christian minister get involved in a Muslim ceremony? I don't get that. I mean, good. I don't know. I don't know that much about either one of that faith, that Muslim faith. So
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
Yeah.
All right. So the marriage was allegedly done to help her brother gain illegal entry into the United States. So Republican operatives.
He was working for her, I think, right? Wasn't he? I think he was. Well, I don't want to go there. There's speculation. So
yeah, I don't know. Republican operatives tried to prove a DNA match between Omar and her husband in question, brother, husband, whatever. They found a cigarette butt and a straw, cigarette butt from her, straw from him, that matched 99.99999% a sibling match, right?
Well, I don't know.
What?
Is that close?
Oh, that's close. As close as you can get.
Yeah.
So then suddenly FBI agents arrested this operative investigator just as he was ready to publish the results. That's strange.
Yeah, that sounds like it's the bizarro world right there. Why would you?
And then, so he tells the FBI agents about the DNA match, and they say the statute of limitations is run out. Is that true?
Shazam!
Shazam! In fact, there's no statute of limitations on denaturalization, none whatsoever.
Well, there you go.
So, in a Supreme Court
Case.
hearing, case, Maslanjak v. United States held that if an applicant made a false statement during the citizenship process, the statement must have played some role in that individual obtaining citizenship in order to warrant the revocation of citizenship. So, I mean, if she made a false statement that her father's from India and her mother's from Somali, that doesn't matter. It doesn't impact on the citizenship. So she could make that false statement, but it has to be material to getting that citizenship. Clearly, this has not happened to Omar, but her brother could face that kind of deportation. So some are saying
nobody thinks that she was an accessory to any of this, right? Or involved in anything.
Right. So some are saying, the ones that are trying to protect her are saying she has a First Amendment right, because she's a Democrat, to speak whatever she wants to speak. Do you think that Melania Trump will get a pass if she advocated Slovenia first? You think she'd get a pass?
No, I do not.
No,
but
I don't think so either.
Got the wrong last name. So.
Right, Melania's not Democrat, so she wouldn't get the pass. Okay, folks, we're glad that you joined us today. This ends our session. If you liked what you saw and what you heard, click the subscribe button and tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies to come and see us. Thanks, and have a great day.
And keep those comments coming. Let us know what you think. Good.
Yeah, even the bad comments, we'll respond to them.
Yeah.
We'll try and be professional too.
No All right. Guarantees. Hey, thank you.
Okay, bye.